2. Welcome, everybody. It's me, Shane. I'm here to give you another Bleach, the 1,000-Year Blood War episode review and recap. Episode 5, this is entitled Wrath as Lightning. Don't mind me, I'm just frustrated. Not by this. No. Just by technical difficulties. And if I go any further, please hit the like button. That actually really helps. I don't know why. And this is a small little YouTube rant. I don't know why people who pass through videos just don't hit the like button. It helps us. Please. It helps us. Leave a comment down below. I want to know what you think. Matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if someone actually hits the thumbs down button just because of that small 5-second rant I just did. Anyway, subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified of more videos just like this. As I was saying before, the English voice actor for Chad is stepping down so a person of color can take that role because, yeah, I don't know why they always, hire all these people who are not black to play these characters. Or should I say not black, but not the person of colors. And you're probably saying, well, why does it matter? It matters because those people don't get jobs. 9 times out of 10, actually 10 times out of 10, jobs go to the people who it's all about who you know, right? And if white guy number 1 only knows white guys A through D, he's going to hire those guys to do those roles. And a lot of voice actors in solidarity have been stepping down, such as voice actor for Chad, the voice actress for Jubilee from the original animated series. While they're bringing people back, she's not going to take reprising her role because she wants someone else to do it. Remember the guy who played Cleveland on the Family Guy show? He finally stepped down, which it took him long enough. I guess the heat was getting too much for him, but whatever. Allow me to continue. So, Ichigo's still trapped inside of that little jail thing in the Gargantua. And we have one of the people that's working with R&D. They, so mad that I actually have to repeat that. He's telling everybody on the other side, Ichigo Kurisaki's on its way. And Akon tells him, wait a minute. I'm not reading his spiritual pressure anymore. We're not getting readings from him. And it's kind of funny because Mario is like, Akon, you didn't consult me. And of course he doesn't give a shit, right? They need all the help they can get. People are dying. And suddenly a giant man breaks through the R&D and they're like, what are you doing, dude? His eyes are all white. He starts attacking them. He is quite obviously a person that has been taken over by one of the Stern Ritters, or if you're going to say it in German properly, Stern Vitas abilities of whatnot. And there's chaos. And Ichigo's phone rings. He picks it up and he's hearing all this. Someone's like, Akon's telling people to leave. They're like, no, you gotta come too, buddy. And he's hearing Soul Reapers die, get killed, get axed. And what sets him off completely is he hears Rukia saying, I know he'll show up. I believe in him. And don't give up. And so he's just hammering. He is hammering at this cage. And the weirdo named, I wrote his name earlier. His name is Quilge Opie. He is just like, I'm Stern Vita J because I am the jail. Hey, guys. And he's gonna try to attack Chad and Orihime. But a red beam cuts this man in twine. Just right in half. And whoever it is, they're putting the sword right up to, what is this guy called? Urahara. Kitsuke Urahara. I'm going to assume that it is probably someone else from Hueco Mundo. That's the only other people it could be. Probably could be Grimjaw. Who knows? I don't remember if this even happened. Pardon me. And so, while Ichigo is still trapped, Byakuya is getting hurt. He's getting beaten up, and Renji wants to interfere. He's like, no, you find out through me fighting him, his weaknesses and what's going on. You and your Bankai are the only thing that can save us. And Byakuya is wondering why is his limbs starting to freeze. It just feels weird. He wonders if those little, what he calls them, he doesn't call them arrows, he calls them thorns. Floating thorns are coated in poison. And the weirdo, I remember his name towards the end, his name's Nort. This weird ass person starts to speak and he says, oh, you're wondering if they're made out of poison. And he's like, no, they're actually made out of something that you lost a long time ago. And, you know, the moment you became captain and you fought, it's a sensation you haven't felt in a long time, right? We get a flashback of all of Byakuya's previous fights when he did him so dirty and he was fighting. And then we remember him fighting the dude that oddly looks like him. You know, the Kubo doesn't really draw people with black hair differently. Everybody kind of has the same face. But anyway, he's fighting him and then fighting in Huecamundo and stuff like that, right? Well, he says the most important sensation to survive. It's called fear. Those struck by his arrows have their minds and thoughts invaded by fear. Like, what if, and I didn't write all this, but he says, like, what if I swung my sword up or down? What if I draw it? And Byakuya we see him spiraling in the darkness. And this weirdo like has those cross eyes as if he has an Ichigo face. If you know what Ichigo is, yeah. If you don't know what it is, I dare you to look it up. Not spelling it for you. Anyway, Byakuya, he's saying Byakuya is moving through just the will. Because the person gets struck with it, everything in their mind is suspicion of them and you can't think straight. He says, but it doesn't matter. At your soul's core, and Byakuya he just moves forward and just starts slicing them. He's like, you're consumed by fear. Byakuya again goes ridiculous. Even Renji goes ridiculous. There's no way. And he's like, the captain with fear? No way. And Byakuya says, there is no battle without fear. You know, he overcame those emotions and gained strength to move forward. He sees Rukia, and then he sees her face decayed and dead, like even a bald spot. Don't remember that being in the anime. I mean, in the manga. I don't remember that at all. So some of these parts they're adding is really good. But this jackass attacks him, and he's like, you're consumed by fear. Oh, here we go. And here's the quote that this is one of the contenders of word of the episode. He says, fear can be conquered with experience. He said, in quotes, fear can be conquered with experience. The stronger and more experienced you are, the harder you fall for that illusion. Ooh, you gotta hear him out here. He says, fear that has a cause is easy to remove it. You just remove whatever's causing the fear, right? You're scared of bears, remove the bear. But true fear has no cause. It has no emotion. It is instinct. He's like flies crawling all over you. And we do get the image of flies crawling all over my dude. And he says, you cannot escape out of instinct. And he just he's roaring. He's like, just swinging it. And this asshole uses his Bankai, takes out the medallion, uses Zenbone Sakura Kageyoshi, and hits him with it. And a petal reaches Rukia. And she calls Nissan, which is interesting because Rukia is his sister via marriage, because he was married to her sister who then died. But they both have those half sleepy eyes. I like it. It's very, very adorable. And he's like, there's nothing you can do. You can't beat your Bankai with your Shikai. And Renji goes in, wraps this dude up, and there's like an explosion. And when this explosion happens, she's like Nissan. She's going to run to where he was. And whoever she was fighting, some pink-haired asshole, just like, you really gonna turn your back on me right now? Get slashed at. Jackass BDSM guy uses his Bankai again, and Byakuya's not going down. He's taking the pedals. He's taking the blades, standing up, and then one final push presses him against a wall, making a huge dent. I remember this. I remember reading this because there was blood all over. Still blood in there. They toned it down, even though this is basically TVMA. It's just blood all over him. And when Renji was about to use his Bankai and beat the ass out of this dude, the wrestler comes back and drop kicks him. Actually broke part of Renji's sword. And the dude goes, you idiot, he was going to use his Bankai. You could have stolen it. He's like, what? I thought only captains had Bankais. And it's like, obviously you didn't read His Majesty's Daten. I don't know what a Daten is. Maybe a Daten is like a memo or whatever. I don't know. I hate these guys. Legitimately, there is no one good Quincy. Maybe Ishida, but who knows? Foreshadowing. Who knows? So, Byakuya is defeated. Renji is defeated. Rukia is defeated. Like Renji and Rukia are just bloody. Rukia is face down, and Byakuya's holding his blade. He has not let go of this blade, and he calls to them, Rukia, Renji. And he says, forgive me. And his blade breaks at that. Just boink, blade is broken. So, terms of the day are Gargantua and Genji Juku. Genji Juku is going to be fairly important in this episode. So, there are dead bodies all around. And the punk-ass blonde Sternvitter, who was the one that cut the glasses guy in half, saying you won't even make a good example. He's with the king. And suddenly, here's Kenpachi Zaraki walking down. I thought he only had 2 dead bodies on his shoulder. But no, there was 3 of them. And he says, are you the boss of these losers? That is also a contender for line of the episode. Zaraki gets the old music, the I probably shouldn't keep going because I can get copyright struck for that. Anyway, and I was thinking to myself, anyway, the Stern Ritters that were killed are Q, R, and Y. Did I bother reading their names? No, they're dead. Who cares? F those guys. And he's like, but how? And I wrote some very derogatory terms telling him to S his D. That's how. But he has no Bankai to steal. You can't steal someone's Bankai who doesn't have one, who just beats your ass off of sheer power of his broken sword Shikai. So, and he says how? He's like, okay, well, the first guy was trash, which is this brown guy. I don't know if he's black or whatever, but let's just call him Black Pufferfish Man. He's like, yeah, he grew big and used his voice, and he killed like 5 Spirit Reapers just with his Zubat U supersonic move. And he's like, they tried to attack me, but he split this dude in 2. And then the second guy kept talking and got on my nerves, so I ripped his throat out. He literally ripped his throat out. Don't believe they showed all that in the manga. They didn't. He just saying how he did it. And the third one wasn't bad. He turned into me, and it was a struggle fighting myself for a while. But then I just had to become stronger than his impression of me. And I wrote F word. I wrote uck, because someone's impression of you. So I think you're super strong. So I turn into you, and you're super strong. And you have to overcome that. That's actually pretty cool. And who says this? And he says, I heard you were a monster. And he's like, I have no business with a skinny, pale dude like you. And he just goes straight for the king and brings that sword down. And King blocks it just with his bare arm. So, all right. Meanwhile, Ichigo is still trapped. He can feel Byakuya. He calls them in this order, Byakuya, Renji, and Rukia. He can feel that they are falling. And he's roaring, just trying to break this thing like he is right there, just trying to get through it. I won't let you die. I won't let any of you die. I will protect you all. And his power starts to turn into lightning. Like you see, so it's turning into lightning, right? Science team has a secondary area. Good for you. I think everybody else is dead because there's only 5 of them here. There's the big fat guy with the frog face that looks like the one character from My Hero Academia, and he's carrying Akon in, the only good Akon in the world. Yeah, I said what I said. And Squad 9 is going down. The lieutenant, remember 3 scars on his face with the line? He has basically the same face as Ichigo, which is the same face as Rukia's first lieutenant that looked like Ichigo, who, was also the face used by the Espada with the 2 faces that had the face on. Yeah. Same face. Anyway, he's going down hard. And this guy is Sternvitter O, the Overkill, Driscoll Birchie. And 3 scars is hurt really bad. And he says, the more I kill, the stronger I get. First time I came here, I killed 100 soldiers. And I killed 100 of you guys now. And I killed that lieutenant before. And he goes, you're the one that killed Lieutenant Choji. I don't remember Choji's last name, but we're going to call him Choji because that's his name. You killed Choji. And we see the lightning attack. He forms and he just throws the javelin. Yamamoto backhands that with his bare hands. And he's like, oh, there you are. I'm going to use your subordinate's Bankai. And he takes out, and I love that they're using the manga for this, because then we get the kanji name, and of course they translated it for us. It is the Koko Gonryu Rikyu. And you can just tell Yamamoto is not pleased. And he sees his old friend's image holding up. Now, this lightning is purple. And he said, I heard this guy didn't use his Bankai in 2,000 years. So you get to see it once more. You should be thanking me. And he puts the purple lightning down on him. He did this before Zamasu did, but I was about to make a Zamasu comment. But yeah, just puts it down all on him. And we get a flashback of Choji first meeting Yamamoto. His name is Ijisai Yamamoto. He does a little voiceover work for us. He's the founder of the Ginryu style Genji Joku Grandmaster. And he was called Ijisai because the scar on his head looked like the Japanese letter for A. Yeah, it looks like A. And that's what everybody called him. And it seemed like the more and more he fought, the more people started to call him that. And Choji shows up every day. He wants to be his right man. He's like, well, become my student and you'll certainly get there. And he's like, no. I don't want to be a student because I don't want to mimic you. I want to be your right hand. And he said, actually, I didn't show up every day. I told you a month ago I was going to come back with a Bankai. And I got a Bankai. He's like, all right, come on and beat me with your Bankai. And when he uses it wasn't purple, it was yellow. And he didn't send the lightning down. What he did is he took his blade and pressed it against the lightning line, the lightning streaks that are coming down, much like a I don't remember the correct name for the instrument when you're playing a bass. Sometimes when you're playing a cello, or you're playing a violin, but he used it as if one of those and gathered it and went forward. And from that day forward, he was known as Jujisai because he put another scar on him. Now, he put another permanent scar on him and it didn't beat him. But it was great. And on top of that, Choji was the only one to still call him Ijisai. He's like, first of all, he wouldn't call him by his real name. So that's why he called him Ijisai. And he's not going to call him anything else because that's what he knows him as. And that is from the day forward, he changed his name to Ginryu Sai just because of Choji. And dude doesn't know how to use his Bankai. He's just putting it down. He's taunting him. The captain commander's jacket is burned off and falling off. And once he attacks him, he's like, Choji. Now this is also another contender for line of the episode. Chojiro, I can feel your frustration. I understand your anger very well. And as he's speaking, the coat falls off and he says, because I know that that the Bankai you honed is absolutely not this weak. And just emotion is coming from him. And he walked up to this dude and he said, burn, and just slashed him once and burned him to the bone. Bro, the flame is like 7 bonfires. Like it fills the whole screen as he's walking back to the lieutenant. And he's like, now I can finally give you a proper send-off. Chojiro, farewell. The flames are massive. And he tells the lieutenant, don't worry. Every last member of the rebel army, I will slaughter them with my own hands. And when he leaps off, this man has a trail of flames. Why are some fire users in anime so damn cool? He's furious. And here's the thing. Everyone in the Seirete feels his spiritual pressure. Literally, every single captain and lieutenant lifts their heads up. They're like, and the first person that says this is Soifon. She says, I've never felt him that angry before. And then a few lines. And who else? Who is this? Shinji and his lieutenant. She's like, man, I never felt him this angry before. And Shinji's like, I never felt him this angry before either. And I was on the front lines with him. And so everyone feels that he's giving a morale boost to everyone. And Komomaru, This man stands up and he says, I will not lay down while the captain is still up. And as court guard captain, I will not accept anybody else laying down in a disgrace. It is unacceptable. Every last one of his men stand up. Remember, his lieutenant has the Toguro glasses, and they all stand up, hoorah! And the chick he was fighting is confused. She's like, you guys were as good as dead, and now you're all up. What's his name? Hetsugaya tells Rengaku Matsumoto, tells her he's up and fighting. No way, I can't lose. No, I'm not going to lose while he's out here going on the front lines. So they're getting ready to whoop this dude's ass that stole his Bankai, right? Man, you had to give everybody boosted after Byakuya got beaten? Really? 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 Anyway, then we have Shinsui. You guys know Shinsui, right? He's one of the two men that he helped raise, that he raised himself. He wears the kimono over his jackets. He just had his eye shot out by that asshole. Wears the straw hat. And he remarks the captain's spiritual pressure is reverberating all around the Seirete. It's giving me goosebumps. It's like he's scolding me. Now, this is the third line that is contender for a line of the episode. It's as if he's saying, I don't remember raising you to be a coward who struggled against an enemy of this level. He goes, just one eye, go in, both blades at this dude. That's where the episode ends. And after the credits roll, the Quincy King is holding up Kenpachi by his neck, saying, one of the special threats. Kenpachi Zaraki, is this the best you can do? And he's just choking him. He says, how frail. It seems I've overestimated you people. And he says, go to sleep. And by the way, that's funny for him talking about how you overestimated people's powers when, yeah, this is going to be an early spoiler. It won't come for a while. Actually, no, they said this in the first episode. Asshole, you took all your power from your people. You subjugated and took your power, took that power from them to power you up. That is a very early spoiler, and it has ramifications. Don't worry. When we get there, I will thoroughly explain it. But before he can make Kenpachi go to sleep, his eyes are already white. I don't know how else you're going to make him go to sleep other than killing him. Yamamoto lands in a fiery blaze. It's been 1,000 years, hasn't it? You watch. This name spelled YHWACH. So, you watch. I've come to put an end to your life. And of course, he smiles, and the asshole smiles. And Yamamoto is saying the ending. The heart burns, even through the rain falls. Sorry, the heart burns even though the rain falls. The next episode is The Fire. And we get Byakuya's face for the ending photo. It's just, you got everybody riled up after my boy got his ass whooped. Like, great episode. Don't know if it was as good as the last. I'm trying to remember the last episode with that. He went through there. They did that. They were fighting. The last episode, I kind of have some bias because of Byakuya, but these episodes are great. These two are kind of linked because it's like a runoff. It's going to be very difficult to judge these from now on, but because this is actually a turning point for this battle, this war, I'll give this a 5 out of 5 because I love when an old man character like Yamamoto, and again, this is one of those shows that piggybacked or was trailblazed by Dragon Ball, right? Which includes Dragon Ball Z. Thank you. Trailblazed, and you have, the big three, your Naruto's, your One Pieces, and your Bleach. And we get a good old man type of character in here, which I think is something that One Piece is missing for that crew. Because granted, yes, there are some people who are hundreds of years old, haha, Brooke, but we need an actual old person, right? Just an old person. Don't even have to be a man, but we have those old characters. And Yamamoto reminds me of almost like an upgrade of Master Roshi, right? Where it's Master Roshi in the original Dragon Ball was super powerful, but then, Goku is stronger. He is, old man Yamamoto already has, he's still muscle. He still has his superpower. And that's one of the few things that I like about Dragon Ball Super is we get, and they probably could have been inspired by Yamamoto's blade, his fire, since that happened before Super. I like when we get characters like that. There was also the old man from One Punch Man. I read his parts of the manga, even though I gotta start that series over. And the old guy from Hunter x Hunter, like these even the dad character from Toriko. I would love to review Toriko. Those old man characters, those are the archetypal characters, and we can put Master Roshi in it now, because in the manga, he's the one that inspired Goku to learn Ultra Instinct by dodging Jiren's punch. I love characters like that, and Yamamoto, arguably the number one of old man anime characters. Arguably, it's like two other characters that could fight for that position for him. You know what? I'll even throw Genkai in there, right, for those old characters. So good. Yeah, 5 out of 5 for sure. So, but yes, guys, the loss isn't over, and I was just saying, the last episode and the episode before last, episodes 4 and 3, so much hopelessness, and now we have hope. You need that fiery spark of hope. There's a commonality between fire characters, though, and all I'm gonna say is Ace and. That's my alarm. Ace and Rengoku. That's all I'm going to say on that. But please, hit that like button. No, he's not going to get a hole put through him. I'm just going to let you know. Spoil that already. Not going to get a hole put through him. Just saying, fire characters tend to be really cool, but I wonder how long Old Man's going to last. As always, leave a like, leave a comment down below. And you know what? I challenge you. If you happen to hit that dislike button, I want to know why. Tell me why. I'd love to have some civil discourse down in the comment section down below. Please do not forget, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, be notified of more videos such as this one. And as always, thank you for taking some time out to listen to me. Please be good, be blessed. Wash those hands, take care of yourself, be good to yourself, and be good to others. Either way it goes, please don't be a jerk, all right? It's crazy enough out there. Don't add to it. You don't know what kind of day people are having. And people are having long, long days. As with anything that I leave you with, please remember that there's someone out there that cares about you. Someone who would want you to, who would rather talk to you today than to miss you tomorrow. You know what? I would like for you to be able to hear me to say these things to you. So keep coming back. We love having you around. All right. As always, guys, I will most definitely see you next week. Ho Nelly. And with that, Bon Kai.